What's up, everyone? Let's talk about this mastering interview body language, another portion of a job.
If you are attending a job interview, make sure you do not neglect body language and interview technique.
What interview is having proper body language. So body language is very important. I done consulting, I did a bunch of interviews, and this is what you need to understand. Did you know that your hand scream insecurity?
Did you know your body language can make or break the interview? The first one is posture. Sitting with a straight, upright posture shows confidence and engagement, while slouching or leaning back might suggest disinterest, even laziness. The next one is eye contact. Maintaining steady eye contact demonstrates attentiveness and sincerity. On the other hand, avoiding eye contact can make you appear evasive or insecure.
Even when your mouth is saying something, your subtle twitches, the way you sit there, even how you breathe. These nonverbal cues will tell a story to the interviewer. These will tell you if you're confident, if you're lying, or even if you're an approachable person. So all these sudden cues may land you a job or may cause you to lose a job. So the first thing you need to understand is the silent resume. And the silent resume is your body language, how you sit, how you handle these questions. If you have your arm crossed when you're sitting there, because you do this, you're not very approachable. So understand your body language means a very big point of your interview. It will set the mood of the interview, and that's generally the first 7 seconds. The surprising impact of the first impression on your body language is very important. This is where you need to understand that before you even speak, how you sit down in a job interview and how you handle yourself when you're sitting there is going to cause a different impact in your interview. It can cause your interview to go good or even go bad. So understand your body language when you first get to a job or a job interview can cause you a major issue. So how does your body language set the stage for trust and competency?
So let's break it down. Now remember, these aren't guarantees because the only guarantees in life are death and taxes, but they will help. First, when you sit down for your interview, physically roll your shoulders back and down. Breathe in to raise your head and square your shoulders towards the interviewer and tilt at your hips slightly so that you're leaning in. Second, make eye contact for 5 to 10 seconds with a relaxed smile on your face because you want to draw that person into you. And third, mirror your interviewer's body language, but don't do it the entire time. Otherwise, you'll seem really creepy.
Do you understand how it does it? Well, if you don't, when you sit down and you first sit down and do this, it shows that you're not approachable. If you go and sit down and you look down when you talk to them, it doesn't show confidence. So whenever you get ready to do these interviews, understand that eye contact and twitches cause a subtle difference in your interview. Now, let's talk about the power of poses and confident gesture. The subtle art of open gesture. Project approachability and confident. So, like I said before, if you have your arm crossed like this and you're talking interview, you are not going to be shown as approachable. And if you show your confidence, if you want to show confidence, you can't be doing this and trying to talk to them. You know, this is something, it doesn't work in an interview. You have to have a conversation with them. Now, how do we fix these type of situations? Well, before we talk about how to fix it, we have to talk about the gesture enhancing your messages. Using your hands can help you in an interview or hurt you. If the whole time you're talking and you're using your hands, you're going to be in a bad situation because this is just causing a distraction, right? And if you're trying to enhance your message, try to talk with as little hand movement you can. And the strategy used is a mirror to build your confidence, because the mirror is going to show you how you sit, if you're twitching or if something is going on. And this is where you need to have an understanding. Since I talked to you about how you're supposed to sit and the confident gestures, let's talk about the art of eye contact and smiling. Now, the biggest issue you need to understand is too much eye contact can cause someone to feel uncomfortable. So you need to master the eye contact. Now, engaging without staring is a very big thing. And where you look at is very important. If you have an interviewer that's a female, make sure your eye contact is on their eyes and not anywhere else. Because sometimes people do slip up, and I've seen people in an interview just stare at a woman's chest, and that's kind of wrong. So understand there's limitations, and staring is not okay, but eye contact is okay. So make sure when you do your interviews, understand how much eye contact that makes them feel comfortable. Now, a genuine smile is okay, but how to deploy it is all on you. If you understand that sometimes when you smile you look creepy, you might want to pull it back. So ask your friends, ask your coworkers, hey, does this smile make me look creepy? So you understand, you put a limit on it. So now that you understand, eye contact, smiling is appropriate, you also need to understand reading the interview cues. Understand that the nonverbal feedback to adjust your approach. So when you sit there, all these nonverbal feedback you give them and adjust to it. So if you're smiling too much and that person is starting to feel uncomfortable, hey, stop smiling so much. If you looking at them and they start feeling uncomfortable looking away, do yourself a favor and slowly adjust your eyes. Meaning, don't just stare at them, don't look at, just adjust it to a little bit to the side so that they can enjoy, so they can have, so they don't feel uncomfortable in the interview. So now let's talk about the common pitfalls and the quick fixes. So some of the biggest common pitfalls I see is done unconsciously, and that is fidgeting and crossing your arms and staring too much. Some of those will cause major issues during the interviews, and this is why I tell people it's a pretty common pitfall. You can easily fix that. Look at yourself in the mirror and see when you answer these questions what your hands do, what your eyes do, and what does your arms do, and if you're fidgeting. It's very easy to fix. Just practice, and then practical exercise to eliminate nervous and twitch so you can be aware of it. This is where you talk to yourself in the mirror, see how you react, and see if it's getting better or getting worse. You just have to practice to avoid causing these twitches or nervous tics, crossing your arms or anything like that, so you understand. And the post-interview power moves, maintaining composure until you're out of sight. What does that mean? You need to understand that interview starts when you arrive on campus and when you finally leave campus, because sometimes they do set up little tricks and traps for you to see your personality if you truly worth working for the company. Sometimes they'll put someone in the hallway that might be in your way, see how rude you act to them. So these are the things you need to understand that sometimes they do. Now, it affects your interviews. I've been on the other side of the interview and interviewing people, and body language makes a big impact. So understand this. There's an actual 3-step checklist. And this is where you rehearse your body language for any interview. You sit there, you rehearse, you look at yourself in your mirror and see how it shows. And what do I mean by how it shows? See how it feels whenever you watch. Act like you're interviewing yourself and see if your body language is correct. See if you're stuttering because you can't answer a question, or you have a negative feeling because you have your arm crossed or something like that and it's not being approachable. So This is the secret. If you want to have a good interview, is to have a good body posture, to have good eye contact, to show confidence, so that you can land the role you want. And that's all I got for you. Like, subscribe to my video.